The new immigration courts just opened in Indianapolis shortly after President Trump took office and increased enforcement efforts on illegal immigration.
Our Rich Nye now takes us inside an immigration courtroom and also talks to a local attorney whose passion is to help immigrants stay here in the U.S.
There are 7 immigration courtrooms and 7 judges that began hearing cases inside the Minton-Capehart Federal Building on January 27th. Cameras are not allowed in the immigration court, but recently I attended what's called an individual merit hearing to observe the process. In these cases, the Department of Homeland Security is charging someone born outside the United States, called a respondent, with violating immigration law. The judge hears arguments and decides whether the person should be ordered removed from the U.S. or granted relief or protection from removal. Sarah Burrow is an immigration attorney and immigrant rights activist with local law firm Lewis Kappas. Burrow says most immigrants she represents come here fleeing horrific conditions in their home countries.
So that could be safety, it could be food scarcity, it could be extreme poverty, it could be war, civil war, it could be their children can't get an education.
Burrow is bothered by the lack of humanity she sees in attitudes toward immigrants.
Because I think the narrative is that they're taking our jobs and they're taking our health care and they're preventing our children from getting an education. But I think if you break that down and you look at your day-to-day life, you will recognize that that's just simply not true.
Respondents are not guaranteed legal representation in immigration court.
You should consult with a competent immigration attorney. You should keep that attorney's card handy. You should know your rights.
The Executive Office for Immigration Review runs immigration courts across the country within the U.S. Department of Justice. In Indianapolis, Rich Nye, 13 News.
Most immigrants do have a right to a hearing before they can be deported or ordered to leave the U.S. There are exceptions, and those include people who are caught while crossing the border or those who have been here in the U.S. undocumented for less than 2 years.